You gotta ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Hello, we're back again with my fabulous group of second graders that attend elementary school and are at my practicum twice a week. We are playing rock, paper, scissors today, and this game is one that we are going to record results into bar graphs and pictographs, so I hope you enjoy. This is our bar graph that we worked on first.
Morning.
Good morning. Are you guys excited to play a game?
Yes.
So, have you looked at your picture?
Rock, paper, scissors, it looks like.
Do you have questions? Who knows how to play rock, paper, scissors? What? All three of you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's amazing. Show me how you do it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What? You guys all three did scissors? What happens when you do scissors?
Then we'll have to play another round and get see who wins.
So how do you win?
So the scissors beats paper, and rock beats scissors, and then paper beats rock because the paper can cover rock.
Okay. Okay, so let's do one more practice. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah! Okay, so do you know that we are going to keep track of your wins, your loss, or a draw? What do you think a draw is?
When we all win.
When you all win. So like earlier when you all had scissors, that would be a draw. So fold your paper this way, because I just want you to be able to tally. Do you remember how to tally?
Yeah.
So how many is in a group when we're tallying? 5. So it's easy to keep track. So you're going to keep track of your wins, you're going to keep track of your wins, and you're going to keep track of your, and also you'll keep track of your loss and draws. So we're going to try to play 10 times so we can get multiple results. Because what do you think we'll do with those results when we're done?
Add them all up and put them down here.
And what is that?
That's
What's down there?
that's a number of terms.
This down here is going to become a bar graph. Yeah, so we'll use our results and record them up here, and then we'll have a bar graph down here, and then we'll have another type of graph that we'll do with our results. So let's put pencils down. Get your hands ready. Are they warmed up? Okay. These are official results. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, what is it?
I beat her and him, and he beats me. And so no, Buddy wins. So
Is that a draw then?
yes.
Would that be considered a draw?
Yeah, because
I think
nobody
so.
wins. Okay, one roll.
One draw. Okay, let's go again.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, did we have a win?
Yes.
So that would be Emery's win and a loss for Flor and a loss for Clayton. So do you already realize that your results are going to be different?
Yes.
So do you think your graphs are going to be the same?
No.
They won't. I'm Okay. just going to speed this up a little bit.
and
Oh.
4 wins, 1 loss, and 4 draws, and 4 wins.
And what do you have, Floor?
5 loss, and 2 draws. I have 4 and wins, 0.
Yeah. Okay, this is our last one. Let's try it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot!
Wait.
For tallies, if you want to go ahead and write the number next to your tally, it'll be even easier when you go to make your bar graph.
5
So,
wins.
5 wins. So what would you put here for wins?
Me and Clayton tied.
Yes, put 0.
Me and Clayton tied.
And how many losses?
5, 1, and
6.
4. Me and Clayton tied. See?
And draw.
Me and
So,
Clayton tied.
please have a seat. Okay, Floor, can you give us a report? How many wins did you have?
0,
How many losses?
6,
And how many draws?
4.
4. Can we have a report from you? Clayton.
5 wins, 1 won, 4 draws.
Okay. Emery, what's your report?
5 wins, 1 loss, 4 draws.
Okay. So, now open up your green paper and let's...
5 score.
Yes. And we can use real colors instead of having to use pencils.
Can you call my color?
Can you please go get your art box? Clayton, you're welcome to go get yours as well. Oh, I like that you did different colors.
I'm gonna do different. I'm doing green for win, red for loss, and blue for draw because red is like the color of like when you're mad or something.
Oh, I get it. I was thinking of the stoplights. Green for go, red for stop, and then draw, I guess. Well, you said blue, but...
I'm even gonna make a little happy face in
Oh, nice.
it. Like here,
You're putting a happy face where?
inside the green.
Inside the green part? Why?
So
'Cause,
knows that I'm happy or something.
yeah, it tells that you're happy.
Did we get 5,000?
I don't know, you tell me.
We got 4.
There is 4 in there. This is the pictograph that we used. So we did a bar graph. What do you think this one's called? What are we using?
It kind of looks like this graph.
Yeah, well, what are we using? What are these?
These are rock, paper, scissors signs.
Yeah, the rock, paper, scissors signs are rock, paper, and scissors pictures, aren't they? Are these pictures? They are. So we're going to use our bar graph to help us determine how many pictures we're going to put on our pictograph. This, my friends, is a pictograph.
Pictograph.
Yeah, we're going to be using our results from the bar graph, and we're going to be gluing pictures in the rows. And what do these rows say? What's the first one say?
Win.
And what's the second one say?
Loss.
And what's the third one say?
Draw.
Okay, so you can take the rubber band off of your pictures, and you can start arranging them before you glue them.
Why does it say key on the bottom?
It says key on the bottom to show you exactly what picture you're going to be using. So when someone looks at this graph, they see, oh, that is what is over here. This represents one turn. So that one picture represents one turn. So if you place them according to your results, we can double check it and then glue it. So How many wins did you have, Clayton?
5.
So how many pitchers would you use?
5.
That's correct, because each pitcher represents one turn. So how many wins did you have, Flor? So would you put any down for win? No. How many losses did you have, Flor? 6. So how many pitchers would you put there? 6. Well, how many losses did you have?
1.
You had 1, so you would put 1 pitcher there on your pictograph.
And then I had 5 wins.
And then you had 5 wins, so did you put 5 pitchers?
Mm-hmm.
And then how many draws did you have? 4. So how many pitchers would you put?
4. I set them
4.
out. I set them out.
You set them out?
I did
Let's
4.
double check your results. 5, 1, 4. Yep, you make glue. Flora, did you set them out before you started gluing? Let's set them out before you start gluing, please.
My glue stick is not working. Here. My glue stick isn't working. It's flat and it
Oh, you know what? I have a pretty cool glue stick. You're gonna love it. Da-da-da. It's a monster glue stick. Okay, so did you put all your losses out? How many do you have? Can you count them for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, and we decided no wins. And how many draws do you have? 4. So how many pitchers would you put down?
We all got the
4.
same draws, though.
That's true. That's how it would work, right?
Yeah. I don't know how many Clayton had.
I don't either. It's pretty interesting.
Maybe it's because we used to always put rock, paper, scissors, shoot, yeah, and the little.
Okay, let's check. 0, 6,
Maybe.
4. Do you think it's ready to be glued? Me too. I think you're ready.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then this will be 6.
That'll be your 5th.
This is easy for my boss. All I have to glue is 1.
All I have to glue is 1. So, if you were to play this at home, would you want to play in partners or as a group?
As a group.
Why do you choose as a group, guys?
Because if we get a draw, we would need to do it all.
Okay, why do you prefer to play in a group, Clayton?
Because it's just fun being with other people and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking if you had the difference between partners, that maybe your results would be different and you wouldn't have the same results. Or does it differ more when you're in a group versus when you're playing partners?
When you're playing partners, you have to do more rounds.
You would have to do more rounds.
And
You
I-
could, couldn't you? You need a pencil? Did I take it? Guess what? It's because I moved all of your... The assessment portion of the lesson. You have a worksheet, and this worksheet is asking questions about your results, about your pictographs, about your bar graphs. So number 1, Flor, can you read that one to us?
How many
Wins.
wins,
Mm-hmm. Losses.
losses, diagrams.
Not diagrams. Sound it out. What is the D sound? What sound does D make? D. Oz. Draws. How many draws? Okay, so can you guys fill out number 1 based on your research, your results?
I'm gonna look at mine.
Yes, please look at your result page so you can fill that out. Okay, number 2, Emery. Can you read number 2 for us?
Which category has the greatest amount?
So do we know what a category is? A category in this case would be your win, loss, draw. So according to your results, which category has the greatest? And what does greatest mean?
The biggest.
The biggest. So look at your results, Clayton. Which category out of draw, loss, and win do you have the biggest number?
Wins.
Your wins. That's correct.
Should I write win here?
Yes, you would write
Do you
win.
think that it is easier to read a pictograph or a bar graph? If you were to put them side by side and compared a bar graph to a pictograph, what do you think is easier to read? This one is the bar graph in the dark green, and the lighter green is the pictograph graph.
I would choose this one.
You would choose a bar graph.
I would choose bar graph.
You would choose a bar graph as well?
Because of the paper, it's kind of
Oh. What makes it hard to see? What about the paper is making it hard to see?
It's really bright
Oh.
against the light.
And see, I thought it was making the pictures and the paper for the graph different colors would make it easier to see. So that's interesting. And you chose a bar graph just because it's easier to read?
Yeah.
I get it, because it has the numbers on there. Pictographs, like you had to add the numbers, right?
Up here you had to too, but up here it's easier.
Mm-hmm. Do you think pictographs or bar graphs are the easiest to read? Pictographs? Why do you think pictographs are easier to read?
It's easier
Oh, this one is the pictograph, sorry, and this one's the bar graph. So now that you know, do you still think pictographs are easier to read? Or do you think bar graphs are easier to read? So you think bar graphs are easier to read. What's your reason? Why do you think they're easier to read? Because the numbers are where they're supposed to be. I like that answer. So you're able to just look at this and see that bar goes up to 6. But when you're looking at your pictograph, you kind of have to count in your head to see how many pictures are in that row, don't you? So I get it. I always kind of liked pictographs because I think they're kind of more pleasant to look at. I'm a visual learner.
You also have to glue them.
And then you have to glue all of them. But if you didn't have to glue it and you were looking for information and you had it presented in a bar graph and you had it presented in a pictograph, say this information is based on your favorite flavor of ice cream.
If this was like this, all of this was mixed up together, it would kind of be super easy.
Yeah, so it does have some benefits. What type of learner do you think you are, Emery? Do you learn better if you hear something, see something, do something? If you see something, so would you consider yourself a visual learner then? And what kind of learner do you think you are, Clayton? Do you think you're better when you hear things, do things, or see things? Do things. And what kind of learner do you think you are, Fleur? See things, visual learner. So it's pretty neat because both of the two different graphs, and there's several other ways that you can graph information. We just use these two types today, but you can already tell the difference in just these two graphs and how you learn and how you prefer information is displayed. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
So now you know how to do a pictograph and a
Diagram.
bar graph. Do you know why they call it a bar graph?
Because they're bars.
Yeah, there's bars. I always kind of think of them as like city buildings, but these are bars. You see that the bar goes all the way up to 5 and then stops.
There's a person.
And there's a person in your building.
I feel good.